Let's get ready to rumble! Coming to you from the home of the fishingest bridge in all the world! This is Beach Talk Radio.
This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Live from Peach Time Out in the heart of Times Square. You are listening to Beach Talk Radio with Kim and Ed Ryan.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode number 219. We're coming to you live from Peach Time Out, just a stone's throw away from the Margaritaville Resort, which will be open in a little more than a year, right up the street here. And of course, before we get started, we always like to say thank you to our fine sponsors out there, our supporting businesses, including Sun Palace Vacations, Fort Myers Beach Realty, Fort Myers Tiki Tours, Nervous Nellies, Margaritas, State Insurance USA, the La Ola Restaurant, Coastal Vacation Properties, Tuckaway Cafe, Beach Pottery, Shuckers, the Farmers Market at the Beach Baptist, Island Carts FMB, JPS Vacation Rentals, and of course, Beach Time Out, our home for 4 years, going on 4 years. In July, it will be 4 years. That's 219 episodes just from Beach Time Out. That doesn't include the episodes that we've had everywhere else on the beach. It's 219 right here from Beach Time Out. Good morning, Dregs. Welcome to Beach Talk Radio. And of course, we'll have more to say about the text from yesterday that has set the world on fire, or our little world on fire, and how you can purchase one of these t-shirts. There are 30 of them on order now, and all the money from the t-shirts will be given to a local charity on the beach. And we'll tell you more about that later. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, here is our first guest of the morning. Her name is Kim Ryan. She is hatless today, so her hair is fabulous. Would you like a microphone? Once again, you're not on time, even though you were here early enough to be on time.
Yeah, this is not how my hair looked when I left the house. The humidity is crushing it. So if anyone out there has a good recommendation for a spray
Dory
that
says
helps
it's
with
33
humidity,
degrees in Fargo.
well,
That's probably pretty warm for Fargo.
Fargo.
I mean, how warm does it get in Fargo?
it was 48 in Provo, Utah yesterday.
I see. Now, where are the guests that you lined up? The Hands Across America guests. Are they coming? Because our
It's
our
hands
Dolphin-
across the sand.
Hands Across the Sand, are they out there putting
They're out
together
there. Do
the
you want
line?
me to go grab them?
Well, they were on first
I
because
know.
they're going to be on for 10 minutes. And
Do you
then
know who it is?
Monica has things to do. She has dolphins to save. She has kayaks to kayak in. By the way, I did want to read something to everybody while we're waiting for Kim to be organized. Can you imagine if she had to do the show without me? Like if she had to actually do the show and schedule the guests and be ready to set up the equipment and be here with her hair.
Listen, they're very busy today, so they're setting up for this event. And you keep saying it wrong. It's Hands Across the Sand.
I said hands.
You said across America, though. It's not
Isn't
across
it all
America.
across the America?
No, they do. Actually, this organization is all over the world. They had one in Australia.
I'm looking at
What
your
are you
hair.
looking at? Oh, and
It's a little flat right here. Is that part of the
it's-
plan, or
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to not be this puffy either.
I put the fan on so it could make it look like you're on.
Well, that's why I need some more products on it. So
It's 35 in Walker, Minnesota. Yes, Kevin is not a drag.
I would clap if my hands were
How
free.
dare you, Kevin? The folks out there probably
she comes.
saw the pictures of the FWC people that were shooting the seagulls on the south end.
Yeah, you're gonna.
And I have the email from FWC that I want to read to everybody as our guests come in for Hands Across America. And
Hands across the sand. Hands across sand.
So here's
He's going
what
to say it wrong every time.
Here's what I found out from FWC. Back in early May, FWC shorebird biologists documented laughing gulls eating unhatched laughing gulls. Laughing gulls. Is that what a seagull is? A laughing gull?
It sounds like, well,
Is
I
that
don't know.
because
Do you
of-
know?
Is that because
I'm not a bird person, but
I
I
see.
think they're the ones that go like.
Perfect.
Do
like
that
laugh
one
at
more.
you
Do that one more
when they
time.
take your
One more
your
time.
ice cream.
One more time.
No, I think I'll ruin it.
One more time, because that was. I'm gonna have to clip that
That
because
was
that
You
was
can play it
perfect.
on loop
a
later.
laughing gull
That was
sound. A
perfect.
laughing gull sounds like.
There you go.
Wow.
But
So
I'm not a bird person.
okay, they were eating
You
unhatched
just
eggs
Do impression.
at of a least tern colony nesting at the Carlos Beach Seasonal Refuge in Fort Myers Beach. Least terns are a state threatened species, and if no management action is taken, predation by laughing gulls.
No, don't. Take your tooth in.
You're supposed to take your cue. We practiced this before the show. They
Oh,
can
boy.
cause all nesting to
You
fail
did give me a heads
at a
up.
least tern colony. Predation is among the biggest threats for state-threatened shorebird nests and seabird colonies. Therefore, FWC staff conducted predation management at this nesting colony to help conserve this imperiled species. The activity was permitted, it had the landowner's permission,
excuse
and
me one
occurred
second. I'm gonna
in a
go grab
closed
Michael.
area with law enforcement present. So what you saw was FWC shooting the laughing gulls.
And do you see what you did now?
I scared her off.
Yeah.
Where did she go?
She went to go get backup.
I see. I see.
So,
All right. So
well,
we
I'm
know
glad
now.
you cleared that up.
We know now that that was a laughing gull. Now we saw a picture of a bird that was no laughing matter
No.
last night,
No.
and I'm going to. I know if
No,
you
no,
have,
no, no. Don't. Let's
All
let's
right,
get these guys on
and then I'm going to
first,
show
and
you
then-
the bird that is deceased. So if you want to
Yeah.
get the kids out of the room,
Yeah.
or if you want to stop eating or finish eating, then I'll show you the bird that was found on the beach, and I want you to try and identify it.
You
And
got
we're,
one. You got
We're
one.
going to give away a boy. He's sweating already. What's going on with these? This shirt
Well,
is
it's hot
totally
out
We've
soaked
been
there.
through.
working hard to get this
Yeah.
event up and going.
So tell us
So-
who. I have no idea who you guys are.
I know, because I
Um,
will say, we kind of scooted them on at
You
the
gotta
last
get in the-
minute.
He's
Come
got
around
to see.
here,
I
the camera's right there.
I only brought 3
I
chairs because
know.
you said we were
I
only going to
know.
have one guest, and
Michael,
he's still out of the
no.
picture. Come on, man, get in the picture here. Look at the camera there.
A chair
There you
might
go.
be better, Michael.
There
I
you
think
go.
you're-
Now I got to take the
Now
banner.
you're like
Now I've got to
super-
take the
you're like
banner
super
off his
tall.
face
So
and all
this
that.
is Sierra and Michael, but Sierra Green
Sierra Green. Yep, that's right.
and what's Michael's last
He's
name?
leaving.
Michael McGrath.
Michael McGrath.
He's going to go get a shorter chair.
So, all right.
Gotcha.
So, and
There
you
you
guys
go.
are here from
Hands across America.
no hands across the
Close.
sand.
Hands across the sand. So
Hey, Shorty, can you do a laughing gull sound? Oh, that's
No.
not even
Nope.
close. Your girlfriend here
Nope.
does it much
I
better.
don't, you don't know if they're.
we're
Are you
not.
guys
Nope. Nope.
okay?
Well,
you
Just
don't know.
good friends.
What do you
Yeah,
have
move
against them?
over.
Nothing against them.
Yeah,
Best friends.
Yeah. yeah. So,
So
what are you
hey-
guys like in your 20s or something?
Yeah.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
That's
All
right.
So, hands across the sand. Tell everybody what it's about.
So, Hands Across the Sand is a national and international event taking place today, where local organizers are banding together against offshore drilling and making a shift for clean energy away from dirty fossil fuels like oil and gas. So, we're trying to really rather what am I trying to say? Rally people
There you go.
locally.
Is there a lot of offshore drilling here in Fort Myers?
Not in Fort Myers.
Fort Myers, but in the Gulf, yes.
Yeah.
Which is we're fortunate because we don't look out and see any oil rigs, but northern Gulf states you do see some natural gas rigs. So we don't think about it here because you look out and it's still gorgeous, but it's
Yeah.
definitely still happening.
Now, I don't even want to hazard a guess of how old you were when Deepwater Horizon 2010.
Well, it's funny you ask because we just.
Is that a good question?
No, it's a good question, I
I
guess.
forgot the
so
belt.
Oh
you know,
my gosh!
I left it in the box.
so it's funny because Deepwater Horizon, I guess, happened 12 years ago now, right?
Right.
So
what
we
is
just.
Deepwater Horizon?
So as folks might remember, back in 2010, there was the BP oil spill.
Oh, the BP
that
oil
happened within northern Gulf, and
Yeah.
really just blanketed
Yeah.
our Gulf shores with oil. It was absolutely horrific to see. I remember those images from a younger age. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, I won't I
Yeah,
don't
what
want to
were
date
you,
myself
like
too.
5?
No, come on now. All right, so I mean, I'm 26, so I was 14 at the time.
Did it
so-
scar you for
Wow.
life?
It did scar me. So, like, you know, when you think about the things that our generation is impressioned by, right?
Stop
that was one
kicking
of those
me.
sort of seminal moments within our generation where we realized that, wow, what we're doing right now is absolutely disgusting for our planet, disgusting for wildlife, horrible for our coastal economies, and really is a dirty practice that really needs to be phased out. So when folks my age saw the BP oil spill, the Deepwater Horizon back in 2010, it really was a wake-up call for that. We do need to transition to a clean energy future, and I think that's why we're all here today with the Hands Across the Sands event, because we've been doing these events now for 12 years across Florida and across the nation, making this consistent call to action. We want to have a clean energy future.
Do you guys own electric cars?
Not yet. I mean, that's something that definitely folks my age are looking at exploring. But
we were trying to look at getting the F-150,
no, we
but
weren't.
there's there's none to be had.
So what do we do about $5 gas though? I mean, gotta have oil to have cheaper gas prices. So what's the solution to that? Do we know?
Yeah, I think that's a very complex topic that has a lot of moving factors. Considering
Dude,
the war
you're
in
26.
Ukraine.
You don't have all the answers yet.
I don't have all the answers yet. That one is definitely something that I think we're all struggling with right now, right? And I don't think that the answer is to open up our coastal waters for more offshore drilling, both domestically or internationally. We need to find ways to invest in the infrastructure needed to create the charging port stations so it makes it more available and also easier accommodate electric vehicles.
We're going to get charging stations down here. Did you know that?
I saw that. It's great,
Yeah. What do you think about the Keystone pipeline? Should it be open or closed?
I definitely think it should be closed.
It is closed.
Yeah, I think it should continue to be closed.
Yeah. It's going to open when there's a Republican president. It's going to close when there's a Democratic president, right?
I think that entire swinging back and forth between one administration to the next is really not what the sort of leadership that we need to have.
Right.
I mean, I think when we think about climate change, I mean, even Secretary of State and also the Department of the Department of International Affairs has always said that the number one threat to national security is climate change.
Really?
Yes. So I mean,
I thought it was Russia. Or UFOs.
that might have changed recently, I guess.
So are you gonna run?
No. We're gonna move on because I know what you're doing, and that's where we're going.
Yeah, let's talk about the Hands event today. Yeah, let's talk about the Hands event today. Yeah, come on.
So
while we're all here today,
you're doing a beach cleanup. So give us the rundown of the schedule of events like you did last night.
Yeah, of course. So going on currently right now until about 9:30, we have Christina from Fort Myers Beach Yoga Studio leading a yoga session down by the pier. And then going on until noon, we have different organizations tabling, talking about the work that they're doing. The work that they're doing locally. So we have Michael representing the Sierra Club. I'll be there on behalf of Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation. We have Marine Resources Task Force. We have
Murph is there.
Yeah, Murph is there. We have Citizens Climate Lobby. We have Right to Protect Water. A lot of really great things happening out there. And then at 10:30, we are going to have some local speakers speak on the topic and different things you can do locally and a little bit of history about water quality in the area. And for speakers, we're going to have Congresswoman.
She's running for Congress.
Running for Congress.
Who's running for Congress?
Sure. So some of the folks we're going to have today actually include Councilmember Bill Veach from Fort Myers.
We
Beach
love
Town.
Bill Veach.
Yeah, Bill is great champion for the environment.
For the beach.
Bill Veach for the beach.
Yeah. Next time you see him, say that. I heard it's Bill Veach for the beach.
He's currently doing the yoga session.
No, he's
he
not.
Is. Yes, he's down there. Yeah.
Do you got some video of that?
Guys, you hear that? You can join Bill Veach down for yoga at Fort Myers Beach, down here in Times
Bill
Square.
Bill Veach, the downward dog. Bill Veach. So you thinking about running for office?
No. So anyway, I want to talk about our speakers, though.
I was trying to get him to run for office.
Yeah.
I think he'd be perfect.
Let me ask
politics.
you a quick question about politics, and I'll
but then I want to get back to our speakers, though. Right after that.
So if you did run for office, would you ever call your constituents the dregs of society? Just that. Never mind. You don't have to.
Never mind. Just.
I don't know what that is.
So you're having lots of speakers. You're also doing the hands, holding the hands at what time?
So that's going to be done at 11 o'clock. So,
and then a beach cleanup.
That's
so you're
right.
taking action after.
Precisely
doing
right. Yep. So we're
here.
doing our call to action with advocacy with elected officials, and we're also holding hands for about 15 minutes, and then it's be followed by beach cleanup.
Are you going to be holding her hand?
Sponsored?
Whose hand are you going to hold?
I don't know yet. Whoever's next to me.
Is it like a random
boy, girl?
No, I don't. It can be boy, girl. Whatever
that'd
it is.
Be weird. I'm not holding a boy's hand. Sorry, that's out of the question. I'm certainly not holding your hand.
I can hold your hand if
it's
you want.
It's all sweaty, man. Get out of here. You're all sweaty like.
That's all right.
No, I'm not holding.
So, this guy's a joker.
How many? I told you. How many people are you expecting?
So we are kind of expecting to pull anyone passing by to educate them.
So thousands.
Hopefully thousands. Yeah, we're
Hundreds
trying to
of
get
thousands.
as long of a line as we can. Maybe
Yeah.
from the Kowitch Park all the way down to Lovers Key.
Do you know
Wow.
how far? Do you know
That's
how long
like
the
7
beach
miles. Sorry.
About
is?
7
Shut your mouth for 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Ooh,
7
very
miles worth of
insulting.
people. That's our goal today.
Oh, I can only handle 1 insult a week, dear. Stop.
Ah. So where can people find out more about
We got
Hands Across?
Hands
the
across
sand,
the sand.
and the all of the
And the
things
Sierra
that you guys
Club.
are representing.
So if they're able to, they should definitely come down here before noon today and talk to us and check out what we've got going on. We have a Facebook event. If you go on Facebook and put in Hands Across the Sand, Fort Myers Beach. If you also just Google Hands Across the Sand, it will take you to their generic site, which has tons of information about the campaign in general. And in specific, you can click on our little pin on the map in Fort Myers Beach and pull up our event and get all of our info there.
Now,
All right.
how you said you're 26. What do you do for a living?
Yeah, so I actually work for the Sierra Club as a regional organizer on
Wow.
different water quality campaigns and also wildlife
What do you get
conservation
paid doing that?
campaigns. I'm sorry?
What do you get paid doing
Oh,
that?
come on, I don't want to divulge that information because then you probably laugh. So, but
Is
you know
it
what?
Is
You know,
it
you,
above
There you
30 or
go.
below 30?
no, it's above. But
Yeah,
I mean,
above
so
40 or below 40?
anyways, I'm not doing this game. So, so I think a lot of people who work in the nonprofit world do it because they care about the issues that are closest to their heart. And that's the case for myself. It's the case for a lot of people who are down here at the beach today. And we're all excited to have.
Is there
little
something
meetings.
wrong with
kid-
caring about the issues and also making a lot of money? I mean,
No,
what is
no,
that?
no. We have actually the Sierra
This
Club
kid
is
is going to
actually
be running
I
for
know he is.
office.
actually
Whatever you do, never call your constituents the dregs of society.
All right,
That's good
let's
to know.
let it
That's
go.
Just keep
I
that.
learning things for the campaign trail
Thank
right
you
here.
very
So,
much.
but actually, one of the great things about the Sierra Club actually is that we are a volunteer organization, primarily volunteer organization. So you can make lots of money and also
Yeah.
volunteer for the
Yeah.
Sierra Club and actually even donate that money towards the Sierra Club.
Are you
There you go.
Are you in favor or opposed to the dune walkover?
He doesn't know about this
Come
stuff.
on, get up on the
All
issues,
right.
Jack.
So thank you guys
Thank you.
so much for
Hey,
coming
thank you for having
on.
us. Oh, this is a
I
lot of fun.
appreciate
Big
it.
hand
I'm
for-
sorry.
For the kids,
And I
everybody. A big hand
apologize.
for the kids. Monica's here. Monica's got to get here. Come on, Monica. Come on over. All right, as Monica comes over, I need to tell you real quick because there's only 1 week left, everybody.
1 second. Let's see now. But look at her shorts.
What?
She has turtles on her
I
shorts.
see. I'm not looking at her shorts, dear. That would make me look
No,
like she's a
no,
little.
they're cute.
She's a
They're
kid.
cute.
I'm not looking at her shorts. I'm looking away. Can't believe you told me to look at her shorts. That sounds weird. The farmers market at the Beach Baptist ends on the 27th of May. So what you need to do is empty out your piggy bank today so that you can go on Wednesday and Friday of next week. Because you're going to need to stock up on the muffins and the Cuban food and the jewelry that they have there in Linda's booth and all the cool knickknacks and beach knickknacks and the Dudley's barbecue. You want to freeze the barbecue and make sure you spend as much as you can until they open up again. It's until May 27th. It's Wednesday and Friday. And it's at 130 Connecticut Street, which obviously that's where the church is, the Beach Baptist Church. And we want you to stop by. It's 9003 Gulf Coast. Wait, the Gulf Coast. They're also going to be at the Gulf Coast from 9 to 1 on Sundays through, again, May. So you can, if you miss it on Wednesday or Friday, you can go on Sunday. But really, stop being cheap. Get out and spend some money. Buy some muffins. Buy some Cuban food.
Listen, I had to give them merch to apologize.
You didn't
for
give
you.
away the merch, did you?
I did.
Man. I can't believe you're giving away stuff.
Everybody
You see,
wants merch.
now the Dolphin lady wants merch. Come
He
on
was
in,
gonna
Monica.
He was going to pay for it, but after you made that crack about his
Ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand. When was the last time you were
it's
on,
been
Monica?
a while.
Yeah.
I
A
mean,
long
I think
time.
you were one of our first guests, like one of our
Right.
first in the early days.
That's when we were allowed
I don't know. I
outside.
was scared to come on.
No.
you
I
know
need
I'll
to get
protect
I
you
know
you.
how
in
what,
the
where am I
camera here.
looking? Is that the camera?
Yep,
Yeah.
we're over
Okay.
here, and I need to
Gotta get
make
my
sure
good
you're in the
angle.
camera more than I am. There you go. Nice hat, Monica.
I know.
Hair and eye care and the hat staying on.
Yeah. What'd you say
Now,
about
do
your
you
hat?
wear
I'm going
that-
to sit next to this beautiful head of hair.
No, it's crazy today.
Yeah.
Is that what you wear when you're out kayaking? Because
How
I
else will
thought
people
so.
recognize me if I
Yes,
don't come
yes.
on with my little sticky hat?
Yeah, and we went out one time, at least one time. We had a good time when we went out there. You, we had to. Did you have your bullhorn? Or
I
is that-
didn't have it with me that day.
Day,
It's usually
okay.
at the house, stationed on the upper deck.
Can we back
But I
up
need-
just a little bit? not every single person knows who Monica is.
All right.
So Monica, tell everybody what you're known for and your thing on the beach here, so everybody knows.
People probably know me as the Dolphin Lady, the crazy lady out on the kayak all the time yelling at speeding motors. But I try to be a little bit nicer than that. That is a reputation. I'm also known by nicer friends as the Fairy Pod Mother, but most people would say, "Hey, there's the Dolphin Lady." So I just a resident of Fort Myers Beach. I've been here for 13 years, probably about 5 years on the water. And once I started kayaking in 2017, I just fell in love with the place. It was like a different world once I got out on the water. And I'd been here for years. And I thought, what have I been missing? And I just started seeing wild dolphins being wild dolphins. You know what I mean? Just being natural. And it was amazing what you could see. But when I first started out on the water, I made all the same mistakes most people do, even people who have been here for years. And the first thing a boater told me is, hey, tap your kayak and the dolphins will come to you. You want me to repeat that?
No, they got
tap the dolphins and the dolphins will come to you. And that's pretty much what I did. And I had one neighbor who really meant well. And I understand now how he felt. He'd seen one too many people bothering the dolphins. So he was pretty angry with me. I was the straw that broke his back. And he basically said, you're harassing the dolphins. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a dolphin harasser.
That's the last thing you want to
Oh my gosh, I was horrified. So I run home and I look up all the laws and regulations. And I realized, most people have missed the memo from NOAA. The federal organization that is responsible for the protection of dolphins. They set up the basic laws. There's not that many.
That's like the National Oceanic American
Thank you for saying it.
something association. Yeah,
that's
something
it.
like that.
Yeah. And we have 3 agents, I believe, that are active in Florida, but they've also given teeth for FWC for dolphin enforcement because there's not that many of them to enforce the laws. But there's not that many laws. But once I realized I was making the mistake, and once I
didn't know that about you. I mean,
yeah, I know. I was a very evil person.
It
didn't last long because he got to me pretty quick.
Did you go to dolphin therapy to get yourself saved? Or?
I had to have therapy.
They need a dolphin school.
They needed a dolphin school.
Yeah. So before I know you got a cheat sheet out there and the whole thing, but I'm sorry. So somehow you've been doing this for so long that you named the dolphins. Like somehow you have this sixth sense where a specific dolphin is Bart or Dreg or whatever the name, or Clarence.
Well, I like to say some people see and I observe. No,
I don't know what
joking.
that means. What does that mean?
I don't know. It's a stupid comedy. Sleuth, Michael Caine. It's a dumb movie, but it's funny.
Was that Batman or something?
Some people see, I observe. No, it's just.
What movie was that?
It was called Sleuth with Michael Caine. And
what year?
Sleuth, like a detective.
What year was that movie?
Oh, ancient.
Were there dolphins in that movie?
No, there was no dolphins in that movie, but I love Michael Caine, so
I see.
Nice segue.
Is he still alive?
Now,
did you ever play that game?
Did
you ever play that game, Dead or Alive?
This is your last one.
Did you ever play that game, Dead or Alive? Is Michael Caine dead or alive?
Oh, I don't. That rings a bell. Like, was it a movie?
Is Michael Caine dead or alive right
now?
now?
Oh no, I think Michael Caine is alive. I hope
he is. Think he's alive?
He's been making movies since he was knee high to a grasshopper. Yeah. He's got to be 100 years old.
What is that? What's saying is what movie is that saying from? Knee high to a grasshopper.
So.
Help me, Kim. I just wanted to say I reformed immediately, and I thought other people don't know what they're doing either. So I've been getting some amazing pictures of the dolphins. No thanks to me, just because when you do the right thing on the water, you get to see them oftentimes close up without enticing them. And that's what NOAA doesn't want us to do. The basic principle of all the laws to protect dolphins is let dolphins be dolphins. Don't entice them off their course. Don't pound your kayak, use a dolphin whistle or clicker. People really do that. But the bottom line is let them come up if they want to. They're not going to stay long usually, but you'll get to see more amazing things. So I made up these postcards. I thought it was a friendly way to get the message across to people without preaching at them or yelling at them like I had been yelled at.
Well, now...
Fine. She's taking the camera. Angela is usually our photographer, or Steve is usually our photographer. Terry has no idea how to use a phone. Angela's watch her daughter graduate.
Yes.
Steve's back in St. Louis, and Terry is
she's being a really good sport.
She usually takes one. She usually takes one picture, and it's blurry.
Now you're getting none. Now you're getting
Aging dolphin lady needs 100 shots.
Listen, I don't think you when I was out with you, I was yelling at people because I don't handle it as well as you do. I think you're very diplomatic. I think you
I was on my good behavior
yourself
because you were there.
Oh, is that it?
No, I've reined myself in because I've really found out that
it just doesn't.
You blame people, you shame people, they shut down, they don't want to hear your message.
Yep.
And I think that one of the biggest things I learned from Zach over on the East Coast, he's kind of a mentor to me, and I forgot his last name, and he's going to kill me.
You can't just throw somebody's name out there.
I mean, I'm going to remind myself. It's in my phone. But anyways, I will get it for you later. But he said, always treat the boat tours and the people with the same respect and kindness that you want them to show the Dolphins. And that's the same philosophy we have at Esther's Army, which is where my background is, farm animal rescue.
Now, what's Esther's Army?
It all comes back to pigs.
I see.
Yeah.
So there's been a couple of incidents, Monica, that we need to bring up. And the first one is that made national news was this dolphin that they found that they think somebody spiked or something. There you go, right there. It's been on. I mean, I see it all across the country. They're covering
it's incredible.
this news.
I think this is the fourth one within a couple year period on the southwest coast of Florida, particularly. And the theory is they're getting stabbed and their mouth is open, which is the FWC has suggested they were in the begging position. In other words, somebody has been luring them with fish. So they're opening their mouth, begging for fish.
No way.
And then they're stabbing them. So it sounds very targeted. It doesn't sound like an accident, like maybe a spear fisherman accidentally hitting a dolphin. It sounds like they're luring them. And
I can't believe anybody would be that cruel.
I know it is.
It's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe. It does. It's chilling to think. There's so much evil and hardship and heartache in this world, but to think of one of the world's most beloved creatures being targeted by a person or persons, as Sheriff Marcino suggested, we can't rule out that it's more than one person.
Right.
Somebody knows something, and that's why I brought the poster. It's from the Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers.
So is there any chance that it was an accident, like you were suggesting?
I mean,
there
don't
are
believe
spear fisher people out there, right?
That thought had entered my mind. The
It's
first
kind
one,
of big,
second
though, to
one,
make a
third.
mistake. Like if you're able to hit a fish with a spear, you probably shouldn't mistake a dolphin for it.
That's my thinking too.
Okay.
The thought had entered my mind though that it was spear fishermen accidentally doing it. But when this is the third one speared to the head, the other one was shot, I believe, further up near Pensacola. I might be wrong.
You think if somebody accidentally hit it with a spear, they would say, "Okay, who do I need to call? I made a mistake.
Yes,
this is
dolphin
horrible."
is flailing around.
Yeah. Now the other incident, actually, maybe there's three incidents. The other incident was when there was this dolphin that was giving birth, apparently, and everybody was standing around thinking it was time to play with the dolphin.
Yes.
What was that about?
Last week, and you know what? I got kind of some angry comments when I reacted too strongly. It's never react on Facebook without giving context. What they showed.
That's a good lesson.
What did she say? I missed that. What did you say? Wait, say that again.
She delivered it up perfectly.
Never make strong comments on Facebook without getting context of the story. And I was guilty.
Oh, I always have context.
But what happened is I heard from Jan Fleming at the library. You guys know Jan. No one loved Jan.
Yes.
And she called me. I was out on the water near the beach on the other side, on the bay side. And Anita Saracita's sister, Becky, who works at Pier Peddler, happened to be down there that day, and she was on the pier and she saw everything that transpired. What you're seeing on like the news shows and on Facebook posts is little clips of happy dolphins circling these wonderful beachgoers as if this dolphin is coming up to play with them. Immediately that gives the idea is all these dolphins want to interact with us, which we all want to believe, and they're curious, but it kind of sends a dangerous message because that was the end part. What happened before, according to Becky, was she was standing on the pier and there was a dolphin either in labor or injured, acting very different. Now, I trust Becky. She grew up here like Anita.
Right.
She knows dolphins. And she was disturbed enough to call Jan, who called me. And then, of course, I called Robert and he called FWC. So we were on top of it. But by the time I got there, everything had dispersed. I'm like, what was it? But I talked to Becky and she saw the either the injured dolphin, we don't know, or one giving birth, and then people started coming towards her. And there's definitely a video of one man with a beer can in one hand and reaching to touch the dolphin.
Well, I think people don't, people are visiting from all over.
Yeah.
They've never even seen a dolphin.
They don't mean harm.
They don't mean harm.
They don't.
And the behavior, I think we put human qualities on, and the word is evading me.
I know. I can never.
Yeah,
I always mispronounce it.
Oh, yes, I always mispronounce it as well.
Anamorphism.
Yeah, and I think people don't know that that's not really what they're doing, and you should just observe from afar, just like with the turtles. Observe from afar.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
Like
So
you wouldn't approach a bear.
Monica,
well, some people might.
Let's
but
get back to
observe
you
from
for
afar.
a second.
Let's get back to you.
Yeah. So you've named these dolphins, and the question I always had is, how do you know? How can you tell the difference from one dolphin to the next?
That's a really good question, because as soon as there's a dead dolphin, where's
Dang
the bell?
it.
As soon
Left
as
it in
there
the
is a
box.
dead dolphin, I look at the pictures to see, do I recognize that dolphin? To be honest, it's most easy to recognize them by their behavior, where they fish, and who they're hanging out with. Just like you might see a friend walking down the street from a distance, which is how you usually see them.
You can tell
and
by
you
their
can't
gait.
see the face, the gait,
Yes.
the mannerisms, and that's
Like,
true.
I know
thank
when
you.
I can always tell when she's coming running down the street, because it's like
She's
ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom,
No,
ba-boom.
that is you.
The feet are just like
That
you could
is
just
you.
hear them
I don't
splattering.
think so.
Boom,
No.
boom.
I'm
Tinkerbell,
so light
pitter-pattering
on my
along.
feet. You.
No, you know what it is?
I
It's
have
the
like
hair.
Pegasus. It's that gorgeous
Whee!
hair.
You see the
slow
hair
motion.
flowing in the wind.
But yeah, so it's a lot of times it's mannerisms, it's gait. Now, there's a couple dolphins like Clarence that have very distinctive dorsal fins that you can easily recognize.
I see.
But that's the exception.
How many dolphins are out there?
I could not tell you. We'd have to check with FWC's current. They are the experts, and they actually give numbers to ones that they have documented. So I'm no expert. I just name them because I recognize them.
Take a
And
guess.
I wanna
How
say
do you-
I would say that circulate regularly in the north part, San Carlos Bay. I see 20 regular characters, but there's much more than that, because then strangers will come in.
How many sharks are out there?
A lot.
Do the
And
sharks?
I don't say that to scare people. We live in
She's going to
Southwest
swim
Florida.
next week.
There are
Here's
sharks.
the thing.
We have bull
She-
sharks and hammerheads.
She's going to swim. Jim Adderholt is going to swim,
Where?
and his lovely
We're
wife is
doing
going
a-
to swim.
Race down in Naples.
And they
in the
bought
Gulf.
now the Adderholts bought shark repellent wristbands or
Oh,
something.
then
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
What is she doesn't have
they'll
one?
be fine. What
They're going to
about
be
me?
fine.
Well, you got to get one
What
too.
is it? Did they have some kind of radio waves that come off the wristband?
That's what it is.
Don't worry, dear. It's going to weigh them down, so you're going to be able to, as long as you're ahead of them. So, do the sharks prey on dolphins?
They can.
Yeah.
Usually dolphins can take on a shark. They'll come together. They have that melon head, which is super hard, and they can ram them.
No
like a mother
kidding.
dolphin can ram and kill a shark to protect her baby.
I think
they tend to go for the calves, from what I understand.
I think you should get in one of those cages. And we could do
And put a
like
dolphin head
we
on
could
me?
do like a
I
video.
could dress up as a baby dolphin.
No.
a little
You
tiny
get
dolphin
in. The
calf.
dolphin lady goes down with the dolphins, and one of them gets attacked by a shark. I mean, and you can watch how. Then you
Look
can.
at the happy hat.
No, you can
This is
narrate.
not- this
You
is
can
not
narrate
John.
how
Yeah,
the
this
how the
is
dolphins
not-
survive.
no.
We've gone sideways.
No, you can You can narrate how the
So
dolphins
how do you
survive.
get those amazing pictures?
Well, I have to tell you, I think it's a very important disclaimer.
Okay.
I have spent about 6,000 hours on the water. And when you
Wow.
go to my fairypodmother.com website and you see those videos, that's the best of the best
Right,
of hours on the water.
I
And
see.
I don't want to ever give someone the impression that you go on a dolphin tour with a
Right.
boat, you're going to see
Right.
7 jumps in a row. Sometimes you do. You could go
Right.
out one time and
Mm.
there could be 7 jumps right beside you. That's the beautiful thing. You don't
I know.
know.
When you and I went out, there was nothing. We saw
No.
nothing, and I was like,
I have
Oh,
gone
but-
days in my own bay and seen like maybe one passing fin. It depends on the time of year,
right.
mating time.
Do you feel like they know you?
I feel like they know me, and I feel like that. Now, I say this with a disclaimer.
Mm.
I want to make it very clear that I don't try to tame them or lure them to me, because I don't want to give
You're
that
like a
impression that
dolphin
they
magnet.
I think they know who's safe. There are certain tours that come in, and this ties in with the pod protector
Right.
idea, is I have noticed different boat tours where the dolphins feel safe because they're not going to be chased. They're not going to be heckled with loud noises, whistles, clapping. The captains come in and they're quiet, and they have their passengers be quiet, and the dolphins feel like they can continue fishing right there.
Right.
And they're going to come up because they are curious.
Right.
So we don't need to cross that line into harassment, enticement, luring
Mhm.
them.
How
They'll do it.
much does a full grown dolphin weigh?
Around here, I've heard the average is 650 to 1,000 pounds.
Get
we have,
out.
we have common coastal bottlenose dolphins in our bay.
That's
They
a
don't
lot
migrate.
Of weight.
So they're a
big.
little bit different than the deep water.
How big are their beaks?
It depends on what size they are, and
Yeah.
they look different.
It's not a beak.
What is it
It's
called?
well, they can call it a beak. It's a
Bottlenose.
rostrum.
Yeah, of
Rostrum.
We
course
would
they can
call it the
a
nose
beak.
or the mouth,
Google
but
it.
technical term is rostrum, but you can
Yeah.
also say beak.
Yeah, and how many pounds of fish do they need
Oh
to eat
boy,
a day?
I believe a nursing mother needs like 48 pounds of fish a day.
Is there enough
Wow.
fish out there with all this
Well,
oil drilling going on in the Gulf?
Very good point. We
Thank you.
have to protect our environment. You lose the mangroves, you lose the water quality, you lose the fish, you lose the dolphins.
It's all from the oil drilling, isn't
It's everything's
No,
so
it's-
connected.
Yeah, well, it's not just
It's
the
from
oil
losing
drilling.
the
Nice try, but it's not.
development,
And you're not funny.
taking
We should do dolphins
once
across the
protected
sand.
mangroves.
Dress up as
That's
dolphins.
another
Dolphins
thing.
across the water. So, what else are you here to talk about?
Well, I would like to talk about our new initiative, Pod Protectors of Fort Myers Beach.
Wow.
Just got the website up this morning. We have a team assembled. This is definitely a group effort. It's not, a one-woman show here.
This is breaking
At first,
news.
The idea
Yeah.
got started when I made these about 2018. Protect our pod, be a pod protector. But I really have to tell the background of this because I was getting disgusted because you tend to focus on the problems on the water. You see a couple bad tours and you think they're all bad.
Right.
The majority of our tours in Fort Myers Beach are conscientious. They love the dolphins and they give a good presentation, educational and entertaining, like Banana Bay Boat Tour Company, where I met Captain Robert, Captain Beat, Captain Lauren, who are all part of the Pod Protector team. And they were doing everything right. Again, the dolphins know that boat. They
Right.
know no one's going to chase their babies. They're not going to be pushed up against the mangroves with this propeller backing into them.
Interesting. How
Right?
smart are these dolphins?
They are very smart. They're actually, I think they were ranked, it's man, orangutan, and then dolphin. And I think
Don't
last
you
year
dare.
they
Don't you
I,
dare. Don't you
I think
dare.
they just moved them up above orangutan, right under. And I'm questioning not,
Yeah.
that order of man and dolphin too. But
Is it
Well,
because
some men, yeah.
and it's interesting how they determine it. There's a lot of things.
Ding,
It's hard to determine the intelligence or compare it between different species. Scientists agree. That's why they argue with the
Right.
ranking. But they look for the size of the brain in proportion to the body, the encephalization quotient, EQ, the ratio of the brain to the
My
body.
eyes are rolling over right now.
Yeah,
I know.
You're,
I had to show off something.
I
Like I
know.
could say encephalization quotient.
you're
So I don't
talking-
look like the
So the
dingy
website-
dolphin lady.
You're talking to the dregs of society out in this
The-
audience. So
I am with
you
Rob.
gotta dumb
How
it
many
down.
times? So the website is up.
Yes, it's
Chrissy
podprotectors.net.
just put it up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chrissy's put it up there.
podprotectors.net. We have a Facebook page link and a YouTube link. It's brand new. We're just getting started and brainstorming with our team this weekend to come up with different initiatives. But we have the goals set out. And the main thing we want to be is like a local resource for people who love dolphins. So you can easily access NOAA's website, FWC, to report a dolphin injury.
And by the way, dregs that just joined us, NOAA is not a person. It's NOAA.
NOAA. No.
National Aeronautics, Oceanography,
Oceanic,
something or other. Yeah,
now
something
you
like
got me
that.
confused
Some
again.
kind of ocean deal. Yeah, it's a government agency, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So we want to get back to my line of thought that's way gone. It's out with the dolphins right now. But
That's
what was
right.
I saying? Oh, yes.
Just about the
a hub of information so that anybody who loves dolphins, if you want to volunteer, we're going to be holding events, informational events, kind of like this wonderful Marine Task Force
Right.
does out here, which you should stop by and see the tent. But also we want to support other organizations like distribute NOAA flyers, direct people to FWC where
Right.
they can learn, the science behind it. And as well as, what was the other one? Oh, Sheriff Marcino has a Marine Task Unit.
We love
They're
the
wonderful.
sheriff.
We love Sheriff Marcino.
Oh, yes.
He
He adopted a dog. Did you see that? It was big news.
can we love him anymore? I don't
I
think
know.
so.
I don't think we can.
But he loves dolphins, and he said he craves to get the perp or perps. He didn't say perp
He
or
loves
perps. I
dolphins?
said perp or perps.
Did he adopt a dolphin
He
too?
did
or-
not, but he's
I
trying
see.
to get those perps into
Yeah.
jail.
Of course
And they
he
need
is.
jail time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
no,
sure.
they just need to be poked in the head with some kind of
You-
sharp object.
You said it.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't do that? Put him out in the Times Square or the
I
town
think I'd
square.
rather go to jail than face the wrath of this
I
community.
know, right?
because
Can you
everybody-
imagine if they actually
everybody's
caught
horrified.
somebody? I mean,
Boy.
we'd
Yeah.
all be going after.
Yeah,
him
it would
with
be
a
Yeah.
the
sharp
trial of
object.
the nation.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
they're like hanging a witch,
It'd
something
be-
like
yeah,
that.
it would.
well, it'd be something that can eclipse that stupid thing you're watching.
What? I can't get enough of the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. I just can't.
I
get,
try
I
not to
don't.
watch those little
You know
reels
what?
that come
I
I don't know
just
how I got
lose
hooked on it.
respect
I
for
don't know
you
how I
with
got
that.
hooked on it. And there's no. I'm not going to say it. But
You should be working during the day instead
I
of
only
wasting
watch
your
it at
time
the
on
gym.
that.
When I'm at the gym and I'm trying to get the cardio in, I'm bored.
And
My-
that's why, folks, when she did the list of, who's smarter, that's why you're falling below. Because
The
you're watching
orangutan?
stuff like that.
Yeah, orangutan,
You'd be
dolphin,
surprised at how
Ed.
many people watching that
Chimpanzee then, Ed.
watching that reality show on
No,
CNN.
fish, worm, Ed.
I'm sorry, what?
That's all right.
Monica,
So-
you know how much we love you. We have
Yes.
we have a little private messaging relationship going. It's nothing creepy,
We
dear.
do. We're
Yeah.
tight.
There was a dolphin that
I
was.
thought, keep your friends close
Yeah.
and your Ed and
Aw.
Ryan close. And just
I
kidding.
see,
It was
I
a good
see.
one.
She's thinking-
It was a
if we had-
good one.
You
Come
would've-
on.
a good one.
You would have got a bell
Because
for that one.
you don't do that stuff. Yeah.
Susie says she's hooked on the Depp and Herb thing, dear. You call it.
Susie.
You see, we are the dregs of society. This little tribe we have here. Do you think that Johnny Depp should
no.
have sued Amber Heard? I mean, the turd in the bed thing was enough for me. I mean,
I couldn't listen after I heard that.
I don't even
I
know
didn't know who
anything
she
put
about
tried to
what
blame
where.
it on the dog. And they have like a Yorkie, but I mean, it was a Great Dane size.
Why do you always have to
action.
bring it down? You just every
Here,
time.
We were at a
Because
high elevated
I
level.
apologize.
Ed.
I
Jeez, way to
apologize.
bring it down.
I
there.
apologize,
That's
Monica.
why it's orangutan, dolphin, chimpanzee, Ed. I'm trying.
We might have to
How
get a
dare
T-shirt
you.
with
This
that
is why
on
I'm
it.
always
dare
scared
you.
to come
We
on.
might
Make sure
have
everybody
to get
sees
a
This
these
is why
T-shirt.
there's 2 years between visits, Ed, because I'm terrified. I don't know where we're going on this wild train ride.
Oh, I
Well,
can't
give
stop
out the
reading the
info-
comments. You guys are great. The comments are great today. Of course, everybody loves
Right,
you.
right.
I mean, they think you should
Well-
come on more, and you should have your own
She would come on more.
podcast.
Yeah.
My
It's a
friend
very
tried to make me do a dolphin
podcast.
podcast, and I'm like,
You'd be the
oh,
only
you'd be
one.
great.
I'd be
Seriously,
the only dolphin
we
podcast.
make millions.
Well,
It's
you
an
might-
idea,
You
Ed.
might make hundreds.
I mean, how much do you make now?
Nothing.
Say that we'd be
Nothing. N-U-F-F-I-N.
anything's more than nothing then, right? I mean, can you imagine all across America, people are tuning into the Pod Fairy, the
The fairy.
Fairy Pod Mother, and you're the only one doing it. I mean, seriously. Well, let's have our
Yeah,
people talk.
yeah.
Well, our people will talk.
Yes.
So
We'll do
I'll
lunch.
be,
Our people will do lunch.
so
right.
you'll make me go talk to the Dolphins
gonna
and try and figure it out. That's what's going to happen, right?
I'll have to
because
talk to my agent Clarence and see
because
if
they're
he
smarter
approves.
than me.
It's
Ladies
gonna
and
be like
gentlemen,
this.
a big round of applause. I know you're sitting at home watching on the big screen, so we're going to clap for you.
Oh, you're gonna put the
Monica.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
podprotectors.net. Thank you guys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for being
So
kind of
much.
You
nice
are
to me.
awesome.
We would love to have you
Oh.
back on again.
I'd
Why
like
is
to
it
come
like
on with
everybody's
my
so
team
worried?
next time.
Excellent.
I'll talk
Yeah.
to Robert and Lauren and Beat. Maybe we can come
Awesome.
back on.
And
Yeah,
we'll
for
get
sure.
that podcast rolling for you.
Anytime you want to come back on, you can come back on. Are you tired of wasting money on gas sitting in traffic on Fort Myers Beach? Dear, this is the cue. It's 219 episodes. When I start the music and I start reading the ad, you schmingle with the guests. You need to make a quick run to Publix maybe for some bread or some beer. Now leave the car parked because it's, they're starting to set the gas tanks in California at $10 because they're anticipating $10 gallons of gas. Luckily, it's only $6 here on Fort Myers. So you want to leave the car and the gas guzzling beast in the driveway or in the garage, and you want to get a golf cart. Now, you can't ride on the sidewalks or on the beach with a golf cart because they're street legal. Means ride them in the street. They have license plates. They have steering wheels. They have Bluetooth radios where you can listen to our 24-hour, 7-day-a-week radio station called Beach Talk Radio. It's all happy beach music. And it's called Island Carts FMB. They're clean. They're life-lasting long batteries. You plug it in, and it's a lithium battery. And for those of you that don't understand technology, it'll last a long time. And that's all you need to worry about. It'll last a long time. Island Carts FMB, they're locally owned, and they're great golf carts. We did a little tour with Jan Fleming of the nice places around the beach in one of the Island Carts. Island Carts FMB carts. And you're going to call 844-FMB-CART. That's 844-FMB-CART. Or you go to islandcartsfmb.com. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is no stranger to this show. She is coming from all the way down on the other end of the island. I don't know if she lives there, but I know she works there. And she is Louise Kowitch or Kowitch. How do I say it, Louise? How do I say it? Tell me how to say it.
What do you think?
I think it's Kowitch.
It is.
Thank
you
you
got
very
it
much.
right on the first try.
I'm going to give myself a
Hey.
bell. Oh, it's a buzzer, but that's the bell for today.
Chart there.
Thank you. Louise, how are you?
I'm great. And as always, I just think you guys do an amazing service for this community. You're unique. I mean, I wonder how many communities.
That's one way
on several levels, but I mean, just how many communities have this opportunity for you to just interact with anybody in our community doing something for the wider community, and then you bring them on air.
Have you been drinking today? Have you
3
had
cups of coffee?
no Bloody Marys or shots of tequila or something?
You know what? Those are my 2 worst drinks.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I just want
Too
to make
many
sure
bad experiences.
that what you just said was actually sober. Thank you
And
for that.
not
Thank
paid
you
for.
And not paid
That
for.
was
Not
not
paid.
paid
That was
for.
not
Totally unpaid for.
Thank
Maybe
you for saying
uncalled
that.
for.
It's a lot of work, and to bring the show up to a professional level, she's a lot of work. But I really appreciate you saying that about the show, and you're always nice to come. Now, you were just in Bali
I was
climbing
just going to
mountains or
say,
something,
you were
right?
just on
Bali
vacation.
climbing.
Where were you? You were
They have
not.
mountains in
that-
Bali.
yeah, well, there are a few volcanoes. I was in the UK, the United Kingdom, and
Now, did you say
Keep calm.
UK and then say
Think.
what the country was?
Yeah,
Because you
just-
didn't think I'd know what it was.
Yeah.
Is that why you did that?
most Americans call it England
I see.
or Britain, but they call it the UK.
Did you go for the Queen's special day? Is that what you went for?
That's actually coming up in June.
Oh,
She's
okay.
at 70 years on
You
the
know,
throne.
we need to have
Wow.
that girl on. That
Wow.
Can I say girl without getting canceled? That was from England that didn't know anything about the Queen.
yeah, that
Who
was funny.
What was her name?
Well, we'll figure it out. But while
Yeah.
Louise is here, stay
Sorry,
on time.
Louise. She gets sidetracked sometimes. Go on.
Yes, it's all Kim's
So, did
fault.
you have a great trip?
Oh my God.
What were some of the highlights?
Number one, just being able to fly again
Yeah.
without a mask. No one in the UK except Americans is obsessed with COVID and masks.
Oh, it's coming
Wow.
back.
I know.
It's coming back.
But I think it's in
Yeah.
a lot of our
Right.
heads. They are aware, but you know, if you're vaxxed or whatever, that
Right.
people have a different notion of freedom and independence there. But the best thing about the UK, I gotta say, they are so polite and they
Wow.
are so courteous, and it's keep calm and carry on.
You don't
and
think Americans are polite?
some are?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right.
Your wife, for example.
Oh, thank you. Now, I
Just
might
kidding.
have to pay you for that.
Wait, she's just kidding that you're polite, or she's
No,
just kidding that it means that
it's
I'm not
omission.
polite? Yeah, I see. No,
No,
Please.
I'm just teasing.
I have
So-
a thick skin,
Oh,
Louise. I
yeah.
have a thick skin,
Yeah.
so I can take things like that. When people take shots at me, I'm okay with it. Like, I'll be able to sleep and it won't bother me.
Okay.
Know what I mean?
I
He's
know.
trying to weave stuff in there. So,
Okay.
what
Yeah.
else
dregs-
was
the dregs get it.
What
So
else?
the other thing was we did a lot of walking and a lot of strolling the English countryside, and I have to say, it doesn't matter what your political perspective is there. They have this sense of what we call stewardship.
Mhm.
They call being good custodians. So there's this understanding that it's important to have public space that humans and all species can share, whether it's flora, fauna, and it is so verdant and green and
Wait,
lush.
now
and
these words
beautiful.
Wow.
are way over my head. What does flora fauna mean?
Flora are vegetable
Okay.
and
Fauna,
fauna is animal.
What? So they have
And
flora
then
fauna?
Flora fauna.
Just
like we
laying
do.
around everywhere. They have flora
they-
fauna
People love their flowers and trees
with
and-
animals around them.
And then they have deer in
I
the
see.
parks, and it's
Flora fauna.
quite nice.
Where-
I feel
mean,
like
to-
Cinderella's going to
but-
run through here any
Yeah,
moment, right?
Yeah, like magic wand, and they have castles and
Where can I find flora fauna down here?
in
Is there any?
Lovers Key State
Ah.
Park,
Oh,
Matanzas Preserve.
Very nice. Good segue.
That's where you will find it.
Any
So that's
2020
my segue,
conservation
yeah. But
areas?
Bowditch Point,
Yep.
any place where we've managed to eke out a little bit of land.
Mm.
Mound House, right? Those places have protected some of the flora and fauna of our
Is
region.
it flora fauna or flora in fauna?
Flora, vegetable,
Yeah,
fauna, animal, and in some cases, mineral.
I see.
There
Like,
you go.
Mineral.
Now, did you have
Sand.
tea while you were there?
Oh,
Lots of
I-
really good tea.
I do not like tea, but I had a lot of scones.
Oh, those
Uh-oh.
are my
Oh,
favorites.
I wish
Oh.
we started baking them here.
Oh, we
They're
have-
amazing.
Oh, yes. I love scones.
Have you ever
They
had
are-
a scone?
No,
The last Ollie Frazier fight.
no, hasn't had one.
They're
Mm-mm.
like
They're like
biscuits.
yum. Yes, they're like
Only-
sweet biscuits but they could have blueberries in them, or cinnamons in them, or cinnamon chips in them, all sorts of stuff.
So, are we here to talk about scones, or
yeah.
'cause-
Flora and fauna.
uh-huh.
So Lovers Key. Oh, I have my notes in case
Wait. Before Lovers
Oh.
Key, did you see Boris at all when you were over there?
No, but I saw his bicycles.
What do you mean?
They're called Boris bicycles, like you and me. We like to bike.
Yeah.
Naturally,
Wow.
When he was mayor of London, which
Mhm.
was his previous job before being prime minister, he set out to encourage people to bicycle
Interesting.
more. And so now all these bicycles that you can rent, they put them out like scooters in some cities in the US. You rent it, you use your credit card, you rent
Sure.
it. And it's encouraged people to bicycle more throughout the city,
Nice.
throughout the countryside.
So they're called Boris-
bicycles.
Imagine that, a mayor just putting his name on things.
Yeah.
Maybe that
I
would
think
be,
the
that'd
people
be a
put
cool
the
thing
name on
here.
it.
I
But
see.
yeah,
That'd be a cool
ray
thing.
machines. Never
Well,
mind.
yeah.
Murphy.
Yeah. He doesn't. Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray. That's not a
He's
dig.
not watching. Believe me, he's not watching.
So Lovers Key.
Lovers
You see, I didn't
Key.
bring that up. It
No.
was not me.
Well,
You yell at me later when we're out in the back, and you're gonna have to regret it because it wasn't me.
so
you two are great.
Yeah, we
You
really do. We
you-
really do kiss a lot.
oh
We do.
no,
and makeup.
no.
No, make up. No, we don't make up. You have to have
You
fight.
just
We've never had a
Kiss
fight.
and fight.
We've never had a fight. I have to whack her with a stick to keep her off me.
Oh,
It gets crazy at
please.
night. Why are you laughing like that?
Just don't hit me with a spear.
Because you guys have a great shtick.
Thank you.
Not a
Thank you.
stick.
A
Shtick. Yes.
Anyway.
So, Lovers Key, before I
Blushing.
Many of
before
events
our
going
viewers
on.
completely
I
tune
know.
out.
So
Oh,
do
you
you
hear
want?
about Lovers Key? We're wasting time on Lovers
Did you
Key.
want to talk about the camp first, or all the June events going on?
So I can do a little of both.
Okay.
Because they're all going on simultaneously.
Yeah,
And
you guys are busy down
well,
there.
you gotta give major props to Katie Moses, the park
She is-
manager.
yeah.
The best.
She's
She's
great.
understaffed. She does her absolute best with the minimum of resources, and it's like running a circus there because you first of all have to make sure people are safe and protected. And the number 2 visited State Park because it's on
Crazy.
the beach.
Yeah.
That's
right?
great.
It's just gorgeous. And even at this time of year when the snowbirds have left, this is when the locals come back.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's the go-to beach in the area as far as just getting out in a natural beach on the Gulf of Mexico and back to Estero Bay. So you
Oh, that's
got
great.
mangroves and you got trails. So there's
Kayaking
more than just
opportunities.
the beach itself.
Right.
And Katie manages it, and she's also managing education programs, basic maintenance, and the education programs that she and our ranger Trish Schrank have developed are really coming along. You can see them on Eventbrite. You go to either Lovers Key State Park or Friends of Lovers Key on Eventbrite.
Yep.
They have sensational sharks. They have munchin manatees. So what your previous
Sea
guests-
turtle
sea
stuff.
turtles,
Alligator. I saw
all
that
about
up there.
alligators, right? So what your previous guest was talking about as far as dolphins are concerned, you can learn about not just dolphins, but the interdependence of all the flora and fauna that thrive in protected areas
Right.
like Lovers Key. And they focus on one thing at a time. So it's not an overwhelming amount of information. We also have wonderful stuff for kids, like a sandcastle contest, sandcastle building contest. They're wading trips so you can learn about how estuaries are the nurseries of the sea. So you can go with a ranger and collect
Wade out
samples.
into the
You go
water.
out into the water, collect samples. You'll see everything from sea horses, believe it or not, we still have seahorses, to shrimp, to tiny crabs.
Love it.
And of course, if you're lucky, dolphins and manatees, sea
And a
turtles
lot of
and rays.
those programs are free with your paid entry,
All of it is
So-
free. All you do is pay the entry so that
which is $8.
it's $8. And even though you would think they're rolling in dough, the fact is,
Not at $8. You're not rolling $8.
The state parks rely heavily on admissions fees. And here's an interesting statistic. For every one paid worker, there are 10 volunteers that the parks rely on.
Why don't you go be a volunteer?
Absolutely.
Hey, we'd love to have you both.
I have to,
There's so much you can do there.
Hey, the summer's coming up, so I'll have a little bit more time on my hands. So, and now, speaking of summer,
right. We also have, and this is run by Friends of Lovers Key, a summer camp. It's called the Eco Art Summer Camp. And you guys were tremendously kind last year to have me come on and talk about it, our pilot year. And we had about 25 kids our pilot year. We have quintupled our enrollment. We're up to 118. We had to open up for more spaces because we sold out pretty quickly. So, I have to hand it to you and other supporters in our community for helping us allow kids to have the opportunity to learn during the summer in a fun way that's not in the classroom, but every day they're out there on field trips and learning about how important our environment is to the quality of life on Fort Myers Beach.
And I was lucky enough to go down, and you hooked me up with some of the instructors there, and I got to see the kids in action and see them the Discovery Center and all of the stuff that the kids learn in there. You're not gonna make some kind of joke here, because you're like really slacking with the distraction.
No, she was getting all that great information out there, and sometimes, dear, people don't want to hear me interrupt.
Shocking.
Every once in a while, you got to tone it back.
Reel it in, dear. Reel it in.
That's what Christy tells me. Christy tells me when it's overboard, and I have to. That's when I know that if you push her buttons, you've gone too far.
So the Eco Arts camps are there. So you're sold out.
No, we opened up more spaces. Our wonderful professional instructors said, okay, we're used to 30 kids in our classroom. We'll take 20, even though we started with a 15 cap. So we've added spaces. There's still room available. And I want to thank the Fort Myers Beach Community Foundation and the Fort Myers Beach Kiwanis Club, who gave us money to allow scholarships for kids who otherwise couldn't afford to participate. We'll be able to fund their tuition so that all kids, regardless of their background, can really get an enriching summer program that's fun and teaches them how to be really good stewards.
Now, where would people go to find out about the camp, but also the financial, the scholarship stuff?
So again, Eventbrite is probably your best way to learn about this. And if you're not savvy with Eventbrite, you can just call the park and they'll forward the call to me. And I just encourage people to go to Eventbrite and look at the Friends of Lovers Key webpage and the Lovers Key State Park webpage, and it's all there as far as signing up for the camp.
And by the way, I showed while you were speaking, I showed our website. We have the entire schedule for June on our site. So if you go to our site too, you can just type in the search bar Lovers Key, and you can see that on Friday, June 3rd, there's a sea turtle nest walk, and then you got Walk on the Wild Side on the 11th, and an alligators, something about alligators on the 15th. And so everything is listed there.
I won't go on the 22nd.
And then the links for Eventbrite. The links for Eventbrite are underneath every story. So you can actually register right there.
There's really something for everybody.
Free if you just pay the admission to the park. The camp, you have to pay tuition unless you qualify for financial aid.
And if you get a pass, if you buy a Florida State Parks pass, you just go in and out as much as you want.
How much is the Florida Parks pass?
I got one. My dad got me one for my birthday. That was a great present. Wink, wink. I loved it.
Her birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
How old are you going to be?
Too old.
39.
Exactly. I think it's like $60. I don't think it's.
It may be more now.
Maybe.
But there are two ways you can get into the park for free. One is the state park pass, so you can go anywhere in the state, and the other is to join Friends of Lovers Key, and you get free.
There you go.
a whole bunch of free admissions.
What does it cost to join Lovers Key? The Friends of Lovers Key?
It depends
Different
at what
levels.
They have
levels.
different
And
levels.
there's the Friends of Lovers Key website, which is different.
Correct.
Yeah. So what's your email address? Somebody was asking.
Okay, so my email is
It's not your personal email, is it? Or
not
something?
anymore.
I see.
But there's Louise K.
Why are you saying it's
At
slow? Because our
Friends of Lovers Key.org.
somebody will type it in.
You know why I say it's slow? Because
Why?
it drives me nuts when people say, "You can call me back."
I know.
I'm like,
I know.
what?
Does anybody
Right.
use the phone anymore, though? I mean, you just
Yeah,
you
people,
text.
some
I
people
don't.
do.
People,
Yeah,
I
or
don't
an email
answer the
address.
phone.
Just text me at.
I
Like,
got a call
say what?
yesterday that was that it said it was from Lovers Key, and it was Debbie telling me once again that my automotive warranty was expired. I mean, how does that happen?
Oh, did they? That's how you picked it up?
Yeah, I
That's
picked
why
it
you.
up because it said Lovers Key, and I'm like,
No
Louise is calling me, and it was
no
Debbie.
way.
Oh,
And I said,
bummer.
They're
Debbie.
getting very crafty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anything else? Where are you going next? When are you going back to Bali? When's your next trip?
I'm not sure, but I am going hiking in Oregon with my brother and his family. It's
so
in
jealous.
August.
Yeah.
Nice.
The
She
coast
says
of
she wants
Oregon.
to hike, but she's just a talker. She doesn't really ever
No,
go.
I love going.
Yeah. Well, maybe
Love
we
going.
can plan a nice
Yeah.
little hike through
We-
Scotland. Or
Yeah, we
Have
talked
you ever
about
hiked with
something
Brad
that.
Foreman? He claims he's a hiker.
Yeah,
no.
I haven't
Yeah.
met him.
I've never seen him.
He was at the Lovers Key.
Yeah. The big event.
The big event.
Yeah.
The dinner
gala.
thing. The gala.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
so
that-
much fun.
Yeah. We're not going to
we
be
were very-
invited back. She got a little tipsy and
No, that's
crazy.
not
I thought
true.
you were
We
going to be
got
our
such-
MC.
Hey, we've been pushing for that, but we haven't
think
heard
you'd
anything.
be awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. I think I would be too, or we would be too. So. I don't know. Thank you,
Now you're
Louise, for
Yeah.
saying that. So,
Yeah.
anything else we need to chat about before we let you bust out of here?
All I would again say is come support our beautiful community by getting involved and learning about our waterways, which are really our greatest asset and which we need to protect and preserve. And you can learn about it through all sorts of our programs or just stroll the park.
Right.
And you'll see, if you've never been or haven't been in a while, how there's this little bit of paradise, like you're in Costa Rica or something, right here in Fort Myers.
And if you
with
start-
a lot of flora and fauna.
If you start
Yeah.
running in the trails and the woods back there, leave breadcrumbs because you can get lost. I will never forget the trauma I went through when I ran back there and I couldn't get out. It was like you're in a maze there. I've told this story a million times where she had to come up to the woods and just start beeping the horn from the truck so I could hear it and run toward the truck because I couldn't figure
You're
my way
using
out.
echolocation at
well,
that point.
crazy.
here's another way I can give props to another group, the students at Florida Gulf Coast University, who have formed this support group for the park, Trails for Tales. They have upgraded the signage. That was their project, to go through it like you did. And they're like, where am I? So they raised the money, they worked on the design, and now
Nice.
our
Oh,
signage
and now
is
they took all the
better.
fun out of it, though. Now you can't get lost anymore.
It's not like a maze.
Right.
I mean, the orangutans can find their way out of that maze, but I couldn't. So, Louise, everybody, Louise K from Lovers
Thank
Key. You're
you
always
so
a great
much.
guest. Thank you
Thank
for all the
you.
nice
He
things you
didn't
said
really
about
get
us.
it. He
That
didn't
was-
really. I was thinking you were gonna really
take some
pin
jabs
her
at me?
down on some
No,
stuff.
I
or-
can't anymore.
We'll
I'm
do
trying
it
to-
the next time.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be.
for sure.
I'm trying to be nicer to everybody, dear.
Aw.
Everybody, Flora. What's it called?
Flora.
Flora
And fauna.
Flora and fauna. All right. Everybody, follow Louise K wherever she goes. I mean, no, follow her like stalker. I mean, I didn't mean that. I mean, are you on the Facebook? And
I'm on Facebook. Yep. And you can always contact me there.
yeah.
And you can always contact me by calling the park. And
Do you answer the phone?
Occasionally.
Nice. Are you on Truth Social?
I'm not
Okay.
very
On what?
social at
No,
all.
I mean it's like a Twitter app.
Yeah, I don't do
No.
Twitter. I
No.
don't do Instagram. I'm stuck in my age
I
group.
just signed up for Truth Social. If anyone's out there
Huh.
who
No
follows,
one wants to get a hold of you.
they know what that's about. Find me
Not
on
that's
Truth
using
Social,
that.
everybody.
Thank you
I'm gonna
Thank
so
you,
find on
Louise.
true
much
crime.
for supporting us.
Thank
All
you
right,
for
dear.
coming on
Thank
and
you.
putting up with him.
Louise, everybody. Big hand for Louise. All right, dear. I'm going to read the beach pottery, and we're going to talk about the dregs of society after you
Okay.
come back. And after you read your ad, everybody knows about beach pottery. They know where it is. They know what they do because we talk about it every Saturday here on the show, and we post about their great works of art. It's located at 17980 San Carlos Boulevard, which is on the way to the beach. It's on the right-hand side if you're coming to the beach. The cafe is open, so they have a daily fresh selection of baked goods, including muffins, cookies, cake pops, and more. And they also have pots, and more pots, like from Vietnam. My favorite country after the United States is Vietnam. And you can get your pots from Beach Pottery, and then you can stick things in the pots. You can stick dirt in the pots, plants in the pots, weeds, your mother-in-law's ashes, whatever you want to put in those pots, you can put them in the pots, because they have small pots, they have medium-sized pots, and they have gigunda pots. And they'll look nice around your pool and around your backyard area. And there's only one place to get them, and that's with Alana and Beach Pottery. You can call them and say, save me a pot for my mom-in-law at 437-4211. 437-4211. Pots, and more pots. And right now, I'm going to turn it over to my wife, who's going to tell you all about the Tiki tours. She needs a microphone. Here you go. Take it away, Honey Basket.
Oh, thank you, Honey Badger. All right. Fort Myers Tiki Tours. You know, that's what we're here to talk about. Why do you always put me in the middle of everybody? We love the Tiki Tours. Been out there, had a good time. We need to do that again. Maybe take some of our friends. Maybe take some of our family. We have lots of family in town right now, too. So give them a call, 239-887-0042. I know no one uses the phone anymore. But when you do, you can make a reservation. You can get a hold of them at FortMyersTikiTours.com. Make your reservation for a beautiful 90-minute tour down the, right around in the bay. So, you know, it's calm. You're not going to get seasick. You can bring your music. You can bring your food. They have a cooler. Bring whatever you want to drink and your music. Now, they will provide the captain. You're not going to get to drive the boat. You're going to sit back, relax. They have like little bar stools that you sit on. It's very cute. Everyone will take your picture, because who wouldn't take a picture of a bunch of people on a tiki boat? Well, while he's giving me the angry face, I'm going to give you one more time. FortMyersTikiTours.com, 239-887-0042. Louise just taught me that.
Very nice, dear. You're doing a lovely job,
you know what?
As the official spokesperson for the Fort Myers Tiki Tours. No, what?
How much gas was there?
In UK?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Take a guess.
$4 a gallon.
$10
a gallon in the UK.
$10 a gallon.
Wow. And you don't even hear them bitching about it like we bitch about $5 a gallon.
Well, they're very nice, as she said.
I mean, how would we hear them bitching about it, though? I mean, we don't really listen. Do you listen to the BBC?
You're on Twitter and everything.
I'm not on Twitter. I'm on Truth Social. So
I don't know what that is.
People out there that are in the know are on the Truth Social, dear. It's finally working. And so join me on the Truth Social app starting today.
True or truth?
Truth Social, dear. Truth Social. So next weekend, we have a guest from Sanibel to talk about affordable housing. So that'll be workforce housing. So that'll be fun. But before we let everyone go, we have to touch on the T-shirts and the sign.
Do I need to leave?
No, because you're going to keep me in line. That's what your goal is. Or
it's
your plan is, or that's what you have to make sure. Your responsibility is the word I'm looking for. So this won't take too long, but just for a little background.
I guess I can put this down.
For the technical people that understand websites and how websites, and I'll get to the text and all that, but we have a website that uses WordPress. And when you build a website with WordPress, there are certain filters that, you get spammed with things in the comment section. There are spam things, there are porn things, there are comments that have curse words in them, and they usually get filtered out. And then there's questionable texts or comments that come in where maybe it gets a red flag or something, and that goes to my email, and then I'll have to check it or prove it. And then there are just comments that go on there. And I don't read all the comments. You don't read all the comments. People that are reading the stories don't read all the comments. And so a comment got through that was not very flattering to the mayor. After they did this whole thing with where he said Roger was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he's doing a great job, and he's underpaid and the whole thing, and it got through. And so yesterday, as I was getting ready to take a nap at 8:30 in the morning, I got my phone is vibrating, and I looked at the phone, and it was a text from the mayor, and the text is something that I'm going to put up on the screen here. Is where this, not the chicken, shoot, I gave it away. There's the text right there. I need to take the banner off. And I had to do like a triple take from this text, because instead of just either calling or texting me to say, hey, this comment up there is absurd, can you take it down? Which I would have, obviously. I just spent the last 6 months apologizing to the guy and trying to make the relationship right. And you think that he would have picked up the phone and said, or sent a text, do me a favor, take it down, which I would have. He sends this text, and the text is, I don't care about me. I mean, I can't vote on the island. I'm not a resident of the island. The show doesn't depend on whether or not the mayor or a certain guest come on the show. But he calls you all out there dregs. He calls you the dregs of society. And I just happen to have the definition that I printed out about the dregs of society. And the dregs of society, the people in who you consider to be the most worthless and bad. That's what the dregs are. So that's what you are, because you watch the show, you follow the show, you read the newsletter, you comment on the newsletter, and the news story. The news stories on the website are always even Steven. There's no opinion on that. We save the opinion, or I do anyway, for the show here. So there was no reason for that, and I'm not going to harp on this too much.
Well, I think you've already done that.
And so you're not going to say anything about the fact that just ask to take it down. People have asked me to take.
I don't think that the relationship is there for that to have occurred. For you wanted like some a phone call.
No, I didn't need
some.
Just text me, take it down, or can you take it down, or it's absurd, take it down. Not that everybody that follows the show or listens to the show are the dregs of society. I just think that he thinks he's the king of the beach.
Listen, the other thing too is nobody out there hasn't said something, done something, that.
Okay. First of all, he's an elected official. Most elected officials have thicker skins than some comment off the cuff, off color comment about them. You don't deserve automatic respect because you're an elected official. He thinks because he is the mayor of the beach that he's the king of the beach, and that everybody should respect him just because he's Ray Murphy. And he's been around for 20 years.
Listen, we need mutual respect.
But my point is about you don't deserve respect just because you're an elected official. You get respect from the voters because of the things that you do for them. And so my point is you guys have to decide in November. I mean, we have no input at all on what's going on, but we're in an election year. Now you've seen the mayor's true colors finally come out, and it's 6 months from now you'll be able to decide whether you should give him 4 more years or whether these new people that are going door to door asking for your votes. He's not going to go door to door and ask for votes. He thinks he deserves to win an election because of who he is.
You don't know what he's going to do.
I don't know anything, but I'm just giving this is just my opinion.
Okay. Well,
and
I've
my
heard
opinion
enough
means squat. I know my opinion means squat.
You've had your time. Can we move on?
Let me finish and then we can move on.
Brother.
The one thing that you just need to, let's talk about the successes that you have to remember when you go to the polls. The one thing that he claimed his hat on, or he said he was going to succeed at, was the lights on Estero Boulevard. He said that he was going to go to Lee County and bring money back so that the lights could go up on Estero Boulevard. Didn't bring back a penny. You can argue that the $1.4 million came back, but the county was going to spend that anyway. He didn't bring back $1, and he never explained why he didn't bring back $1. He went to the county board meeting and expected to speak in front of the county board and walked out in a huff when they didn't recognize him in the back of the room, even though they have procedures for speakers. Dan Allers was there, followed the procedure, and he got to speak for his 3 minutes. Just remember that it was the lights that he said he was going to bring money back for, and there's no money from Lee County for the lights. And the last thing is the way he treated Jim Adderholt on Monday at the town council meeting. Jim is trying to improve the relationship with Lee County by meeting with them and by talking to them and by not demanding that they turn over money to Fort Myers Beach. And the mayor said, Jim, you are not experienced enough. I've been around 20 years. You're not experienced enough. And he shot him down and he disrespected him. And you can go back and watch the meeting yourself on Monday. So just remember that when you go to the polls, in addition to the fact that there's no money for Estero Boulevard lights. But other than that, you happy? What do you got? Pick the microphone up.
I don't know.
You're on. You forgot your headphones.
Well, do you feel better with your little tirade?
I just think that you all. I know.
Come on, you have family
so
here. Let's go have some family time.
That the shirts are.
By the way, I had no idea
the shirts
about
are.
the shirts.
We have 30 shirts on the way. There's going to be 10 medium, 10 large, and 10 extra large. And all the money is going to go to charity. I'm not going to say the charity because I don't want anybody to get in trouble if they accept the money from us. But I'll give the money to charity. If you want to order a medium, a large, or an extra large, all you need to do is text me or email me. And Cheryl, you can make all the excuses that you want right now. But it is what it is. The truth is, I got the text, and he could have just as easily asked me to take it down, and he didn't. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.